Hey everyone, thanks for checking out another project video. My name is Mitch and this is Made by Mitch. Today I'm going to show you how to make this really simple DIY hand-painted sign. And the best part about it is you don't have to have any artistic ability to do this. So let's check it out. So the first thing I had to do was prep my board. I just used a piece of walnut that I had and I cut both ends off to give me straight edges. Now you can use any type of board you want. You don't have to use walnut. You could use your normal dimensional lumber you get from Home Depot and that would be just fine. The sides of my board were pretty rough, so I used a hand plane to get one side flat and then I ran that against the fence of my table saw to parallel up the other side. Again, you don't have to do all of this work for just a board. You can use whatever board you have. After I got the board prepped and ready to go for the painting part, I wanted to let you know a couple different options you have when it comes to finding the letters and painting that onto the board. I designed my artwork in Photoshop. First I found the best font that I wanted and then I just enlarged it and printed it across multiple pages. If you don't have Photoshop, there's a free version of Photoshop called GIMP online. Also there's one called Pixlr at pixlr.com. I'll link those both below. But if you're not familiar with those type of programs, you could use Microsoft Word, you could use Google Docs. If you have a Mac, you could use TextEdit. All you have to do is mess with the sizing of the letters and do one letter per page. Print all those out, cut them out, and then put them together on the sign. Doing it this way eliminates any need for having artistic ability to do this type of thing. You're basically using these letters as a template, and you can use any font that you want to create whatever look that you want. It did take me a few tries to get the sizing right for this. I had to print a couple times, throw them away, and this kind of was a repeat process until I finally found the size that I needed that would fit my board. And then I just used an X-Acto knife to cut all these letters out. You can use scissors if you want, but I found an X-Acto knife to be a little bit easier. And then I laid it all out on the board where I wanted it to be. All right, we've gotten everything ready to go up to the painting part of the boards. And so to do this part, I've asked my wife to help me out. She loves doing this type of thing and she's really good at it. So I'm gonna have her show you how to do this part of it. I've never introduced my wife to you before on this channel, so I wanted to introduce you guys to my wife, Brittany.
Hi everyone.
And she's gonna be taking you through this part of the process. You ready to go?
I think so.
Let's do it.
Okay. So here I just started to tape down the letters so it'd be easier to trace and it wouldn't move. And then I went ahead and started tracing the letters with a pencil, but you'll see later in this video that I use a chalk marker to kind of trace the pencil. If I had to do it over again, I would just use the chalk marker in the beginning to save some time. But here I am tracing the pen and just tracing it with a chalk marker so it would be easier to paint. And it actually worked out really well like this. And then we just bought a multi-purpose brush set for this, and I really like this because it gave you a lot of options for just different tips for your brushing. And I found myself using the fine tip brush a lot, but honestly you could use whatever you prefer in it. And this did take some time, but honestly I kind of enjoyed it. So you really can do as many coats as you want. We only did one just because we liked the way the wood showed through the paint.
After the paint was all dry, I had to even up one side using the miter saw of this sign just to match the opposite side. Then I used a piece of 220 grit sandpaper just to clean up the corners and edges, and then it was time to spray on the finish. Now I chose the spray shellac for this just because it dries really fast and it's just really easy to use and it looks great. Everything is finished up now. I'm going to show you the final beauty shots in 1 minute, but I wanted to mention that you can add hanging hardware on this if you choose. I've seen people add a wire to hang things like this with, or just the hooks. You can get that in your basic picture frame hanging kit. I'm not putting anything on it because it's going to be sitting on a table, but wanted to mention that real quick. Now let's check out the beauty shots. This isn't the typical type of project I do on this channel, but it was really simple and it was a lot of fun to make. Big shout out to my wife for helping me with this one. I hope you enjoyed this.
So if you like this video, be sure to check out some of the other project videos by clicking over here.
Thanks so much for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next project.